Wall Street gears up for fallout from likely tariffs on Canada and Mexico.
Is there anything China, Canada, and Mexico can do tonight to forestall your implementation of tariffs tomorrow?
No.
Oh, and BRICS wants to make a currency? Bang, 100% tariffs.
Nothing. Not right now, no.
Is Trump about to launch a trade war? Bring on the tariffs. Mexico, Canada, throwing over on the European Union too.
President Trump yesterday said that the EU does not treat the U.S. fairly on trade and that he has some big complaints. Is that true?
This is a true or false question.
Is it true that the EU has not been fair with the U.S.?
There is no way I can say yes or no.
Throw one on oil and gas by February 18th. Now we've seen all of these news articles coming out. Trump's tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China could mean higher inflation and economic disruption. Will Trump's tariffs rise prices? What to know as taxes on Canada and Mexico imports expected to start today. Well, first of all, what is a tariff? A tariff is a tax imposed by one country on the goods and services imported from another country to influence it, raise revenues, or protect competitive advantages. The importing country's custom authority collects the tax, which often leads to higher prices for consumers as importers may pass on the additional cost. So what does this mean? It means higher prices for imported goods, which would contribute to increased inflation. Now we have seen Donald Trump and Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, go head to head as Trump demands interest rates to come down and Powell remains keeping the rates paused based on the data. However, these tariffs are going to affect the data. In fact, they may affect the data in the opposite direction Trump wants the rates to head to. So he wants rates to be cut immediately, but the tariffs may actually cause the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates, which lies a lot of conflict in our own economy. We may see a raise in the US Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, aka the PCE index, by 35 to 40 basis points annually increase the CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, by about 1 percentage point. Now, these tariffs may lead to higher costs for consumers and businesses, which will also slow economic growth, meaning we may see a hawkish Fed. Now, will we actually see a trade war? Probably not. The reason we probably won't see a trade war is because this mainly actually affects the citizens inside the country. But why would Donald Trump do this? It's actually just to have things made in the US. This makes it less enticing for these major companies to work outside of the US and instead remain inside, start building things in the US, which will also generate more jobs. This is going to encourage companies to buy from US manufacturers instead, making foreign goods more expensive. Now, what does this mean for the overall market? We saw the market absolutely take a nosedive on Friday, with the SPY dropping from 610 to 598 after hours, which is absolutely insane. Keep in mind, we remembered to grab puts in Discord. So what this means for stocks is, first of all, there may be a delay in rate cuts or even a consideration of raising rates. It's going to hurt tech companies and other major growth stocks, which points towards Nvidia, which we've been calling in the downtrend on Nvidia down to about $91. We are now down to 119, still showing very bearish momentum, rejecting again off of the 150 EMA if I brought that back in here. On top of that, Trump, on top of the tariffs everywhere else, he says he will eventually put tariffs on chips as well. Yeesh. Now we do have Palantir reporting earnings next week. Call me crazy, but we'll talk about the levels in a minute. But who is this also going to hurt? It's going to hurt Tesla. Tesla saw a drop from 420 down to 402, a $20 drop. And if these tariffs follow through, which there's rumors that they're being imposed today, or there's rumors that they're being imposed March 1st instead, this is going to negatively affect these companies and probably trigger more downtrend across the board. With a slowing economy, the SPY's probably going to sell off, tech probably going to sell off, which mainly is holding up the SPY, and a lot of the Mag 7s are going to see a lot of outflow. Top of that, we're seeing the DXY, which is the US dollar index, on the rise. Why is that not a good sign? We'll take a look back in 2022 when the SPY trended for the entire year down and hit its low is when the DXY peaked, and there's several other occasions where this loves to invert the overall market. We are also seeing gold rally to all-time highs as investors jump into safe haven assets. There's a lot of uncertainty going on with the economy. Basically, on top of all of the risks of recession, this just adds another major risk of recession, which will lead to a stock market decline. On top of that, all of these big tech companies that we're seeing are likely to report a lot worse earnings over a time period, probably coming into late 2025. Now, the DXY getting more expensive. Why did I put that in the video? Well, companies that rely heavily on internet international sales are going to get hurt because a stronger dollar makes US exports more expensive. So what does that mean? You're likely to say goodbye to good old Apple stock, which is the largest company by market cap. Apple dumping, Nvidia dumping, the largest two companies by market cap. On top of that, the rest of the Mag 7 likely to sell off. It's not a good look for the market, and that's why you can see people freaking out. On top of that, we may even see a silver squeeze, which a lot of people are talking about, and it's trending up to highs. In my opinion, just some price targets: 76, 123, 197, potentially a 500% gain over on silver. We have major earnings this week, and Palantir's after close Monday, and call me crazy, but Palantir could even see a sell-off down to $68. However, based on Trump's policies and his stance, he wants a lot of stuff happening in the US, and Palantir is likely to secure or have secured more government contracts, which could lead to very, very good guidance on the stock, and in my opinion, bring it up to $98. Either way, I see a huge move on this company come earnings after hours on Monday. Overall, guys, let me know what you think about these tariffs in the comments down below and how you think it's going to affect the overall market. If you found value out of the video or enjoyed watching, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn post notifications on. The top link in the description is for Discord. I will also pin it in the top of comments. I post my trades as soon as I take them in there, and I can actually just show you we have breakout trade alerts, high success trade alerts, option sweep alerts, insider trade alerts, dark pool activity, market news as soon as it comes out, analyst grades, and we always talk stocks in there all day long, and crypto with the most amazing people. So the best vibes are in here. It is a one-stop shop to level yourself up completely on your investment journey. There is no reason not to get in there today. You need to get in a chat with like-minded people who want to become successful like yourselves. The second link in the description is for a free broker where you can get up to 30 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock. That is a ton of free stocks, and the only catch is once you sign up, it's a free broker. Just deposit into your account and you will start earning stocks from there. You can check out the criteria. They also give you 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, access to level 2 order book data for free, trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader. So go do that, guys. That is it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you all. God bless. Lottery stocks out.
For the past 20 plus years, most people live in this country live paycheck to paycheck. Some of them are in more debt today than they were just yesterday. You can't afford a house. Some of you drive a beat up fucking car, or maybe you can't even afford a car. You work like a slave just to pay the bills. And for the first time ever, we have a president that is willing to introduce a crazy idea. Tariffs. You and I are being taxed for fucking hell. 20, 30, 40, 50% of our paycheck goes to Uncle Sam. And this has been the norm. But if you look statistically speaking, when you start imposing tariff, that generated an income stream for the government. But the media has taken the story and spinning it to the way that somehow you and I will be paying extra for those fees. Okay, if I'm paying a 10, 15% more on a cost of goods, and somehow the government start making enough money from tariffs, and then you give me that 30, 40% of taxes that you would charge me every single year through the income tax, I call that a win. But majority of these companies, when they start getting tariff that high, they realize, you know what, maybe it's best for us to move and open up a factory in America. And with it, we'll hire Americans, because they can't just fucking bring H-1B visa workers from their foreign country when we have people here that can do the exact same work. And you already said it. If you come and you put $1 billion plus in a business, we'll cut down all the red tapes. It's straight up. So this is the thing. There is a double-edged sword. From one side, there's hell. From the other side, there's mercy. If you want to carry on with your business and keep importing this shit down here and sell it, it only makes sense that you pay the house a fee.